My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slice and Dice. We are on our second loop here in this Blast run. We have Shiny, +2 for item quality that we'll be finding across the board. Fizzing on the first turn, we get +2 mana. Tier 3 heroes have -1 on the second turn, shield 1 to all enemies. On every third turn, we take 1 damage to all allies, and all big enemies, such as trolls, have +2 HP. We're offered here turn 3 heal and potential on turn 5, +3 to all allied sides, so that's very much close the fight on turn 5, and turn 3 heal is very much persist on turn 3. This is very, very transformative to a lot of fights. Turn 3 is usually where, if you've just been gunning it straight for the enemies in a kind of like battle to the death rather than management of your own resources versus theirs style, you kind of win or die on turn 3 a lot of the time past that point. I'm going to take this rather than a random... Ooh, +1 reroll, that's great! Never mind, I'm so glad I took that instead. What happened in my mind there was I was about to say, I'm going to take this for safety, and then I realized... As if? Don't do that! Thank you, Splint, for finally actually rolling some mana. Very appreciative, because it'll give us the ability to take out the Knoll, which then takes out the Goblin via fleeing. Soldier versus Mycologist. We did have a Mycologist in the previous run. Didn't super dislike it, but also didn't super love it. I'm going to take the Soldier. Just going to get some flat damage on that character. Sometimes that is just what you need. 2 damage the only target I can target. That'll do. And that, in fact, will have all of them dead. My archers. Iron Pendant versus... Oh, Autumn Leaf. Give growth to the rightmost side. We don't have many characters who can hold that, but the Soldier certainly can. Come on, let me get Catnip as well. That's the treasure that gives you the ability to give cantrip to the final target. Boar has the most HP here, so instance of 2 damage, instance of 3 damage, it'd be another 3 and then another 1 in order to take the boar out. That's basically guaranteed not to be a thing I'm capable of doing, so the buckle should roll for defense. A bit more. Actually, hang on, we only need 2 defense on you there. If I use a burst, we can then get 2 damage on the boar. Ooh, I actually can take the boar out this round with 2 bursts. Yeah, let's do it. No real reason not to. Thank you for some good damage there. I mean, Splint, if you could generate health, certainly, that'd be nice. Whoa, the ability to repeat the cruel hit from the loss there may actually come in clutch. Or rather, we can just give that to the Soldier and it'll work the same way. Monk and Caldera. Monk with the ability to redirect attacks to themselves, I do like having that and working around that. Caldera still does have the ability to give 2 damage to all damaged enemies. We don't really have AoE damage to much of these. I'm gonna take the Monk. It's been a while since I've had a Monk on our team, and I always do tend to find myself quite impressed by them. Okay, Monk, if you could redirect damage from the loss to yourself, just because the loss has so little HP. In fact, you do that, and then you also give the ability to get, or rather the loss gets the ability to generate poison themselves against the enemy. Eliminating their... defend the Splint a little bit. Eliminating the troll's ability to regenerate this round. No one's even dying to the troll's second strike here. Yeah, Monk, redirecting to you is still the best play. I do want the 2 damage Cruel Strike, but I'll settle. Troller's lower than half health, so we can start bullying them a bit. And in fact, they'll run from us. Tiara and Demon Eye. I always do think Tiara is like surprisingly low in its tier for how powerful it can be. But unfortunately, you know, a lot of the time self-heal doesn't really matter to a character, or is like the value of self-heal is really brought out by addition of another item as well. There's Demon Eye at pain and +2 to the left side. Tiara though, add self-heal and self-heal to all mana / mana gain sides. Not super relevant on the student right now, but very relevant for upgrades to them, and also exceptionally relevant in terms of combination with other items. Sandstorm at the start of every, end of every second turn, 1 damage to all allies. Sure. We'll just have to heal that up in the turn afterwards. Alright, student, you can heal yourself while generating that mana. If I'm going to be using Slice, then the Monk's Redirect is actually their best attack here. Rather than trying to use it to take out an illusion as well as do 1 damage to a slate. Good redirect. Let's actually have a look at what we can do with all of these then. So Slice and Burst, then we can take out the chest. And then Monk, defend thyself. Soldier, and then I'm gonna give the redo to the soldier so that they can continue to grow their defensive side. Single large impact defensive sides are really important against the slate. Of course, the loss being able to fully just dodge out of the way, that'll do. That's more than enough. Monk, yeah, you doing any damage this turn is good. Some mana is more than no mana, so that's good too. Slate with 3 HP. I'm afraid you will not be able to stand up next to the might of these cruel strikes. Random reward. Glass Helm. Plus 3 max HP, death is permanent. I don't think that there was a comment that said that, I mean, Fiend with self-heal, obviously. There was a comment that said, I don't think this kills the character permanently, I just think it means they can't be revived in that fight. I'm not certain that's the case, but also the fact that it's very big, very powerful for a tier 1 item makes me feel like it can't be the case. Like, the big downside that has to be held on this for it to be tier 1 must be that they permanently die. But I'm also not certain. I don't really want to confirm it myself, if possible. Fiend is offering us the ability to burn all enemies here. That's going to be very, very, very helpful. Let's go in. I'm happy to take basically any good damage elements I can see. Monk, actually, yeah, 1 single redirect to you should be fine. Let's burn. And then just absolutely murder the remainers. Fearless and Door. 4+ monsters for +2 to all shield / self-shield sides. I love having this on someone like a Monk who has quite low capacity, or sorry, low magnitude on their shielding sides because the effect is so big. I mean, obviously it's not going to be running in the moment, but good for the future. Cyclops and Pseudol. We actually legitimately may be in this fight long enough for the growth side to be important here, but taking out Pseudol on turn 1 might be even more important. Still need damage for the Pseudol, unfortunately. Found it just at the end there. Okay. So I'm looking for a burn and then bandage, because that's cleave, heal, and shield for the top line there. Actually, if I eat 1, 2, 3. Cyclops, that's now 9 out of 17. Defend, and then boom, we get the Cyclops below half HP there. So we could hit them with the Cruel Strike as well, and also stun them. Yeah, all of that again, pretty hard low rolls in terms of damage. We take. Don't need the poison. Okay, Cruelty's fine on that roll. Now, burn to get the initial armor off. Cyclops and Burst takes out 1. Soldier, you are just short of being able to take out the Pseudol, actually. There we go. And I can set myself up to keep the Soldier alive, move into the next round, take out the Pseudol. We're all good. Get him! Dabbler and Herbalist. We did have the Herbalist and we were quite impressed with him in the last run. They have the ability to give growth to target sides. No one else really has double use or anything like that here, do they? No. It's very small fries in terms of the mana that, sorry, in terms of the healing that I can really provide to other characters. A little bit harder in terms of dealing with someone like the Monk being on board. Dabbler, a second character that just has all these basic sides, though always does make me feel a little bad. I'm taking the Herbalist again. Ooh. Okay. So we have to put an Ogre on the field, but we get a Scalpel. +1 to all damage sides on an Herbalist who already has poison single use, so that's one important side. But we did just level them up. So after this point, who can they level up to who that would be a good idea on? Without items. So the Witch would get a second hit of weakness. Shaman would get 1 more damage. So would the Wraith. The Doctor would get 1 more poison to everyone in AoE. I mean, yeah, the third tier characters don't tend to care about that Scalpel. And the impact of changing a 1 damage poison single use to a 2 damage poison single use might not be worth the inclusion of an Ogre in this fight. Although I will definitely double poison the Slime Queen on turn 1. Kidding me? That got offered? Really like the Monk to pull defense. Ultimately, the cleanse is probably good enough. Poison, strike, poison. I am gonna burst to defend my Monk rather than be aggressive here. Because I don't have to cause the enemy to have a second Slimer on board this turn. Okay, Monk, you can redirect attack to yourself. That's great. The enemies are exclusively targeting at the moment, unfortunately. Fiend, no, you got sides that are better enough than that I still feel comfortable rolling. That's still the case. Three damage and 2, and then another 2 takes out the Slime Queen. We only have the Herbalist remaining to deal with. Can redirect attacks to the Monk. Okay, so Sandstorm cannot be redirected. Does not count as an attack. Important to know. I mean, I don't really want to burst the target down to a degree that they can use anything this round, so I'm just gonna... Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna double burst for defense. Or burst and vine for defense. Keep as much max HP as I can. Man, Fiend has just been constantly high hitting in these. Love to see it. Monk. Yeah, again, the enemies are exclusively targeting, so Monk better roll away from that side. Do I want to turn down the poison forever? No, I think it's actually good enough at this point. So I need to try and take out the top Slimer by themselves. 1, 2. I could actually get, you know, +4. Sorry, +4? No, +2 to all of my sides right now if I wanted to summon another one to the board by using a burn or something like that. That's not ultimately the goal here. Just a fun little tricky thing I could have possibly done. I'm going to roll 1 burn, noting that 1 more burn next round does have the ability to take out the Slimelet. Sure, it will also take out my Lost, so I should try and prevent that first. Which I guess I can do with a single Vine, so that's good enough. Huge damage from the Lost there. Oh my god, all of this is working well. Monk, if you rolled a Repel side, that'd actually be pretty sick. Nice. So here's why that's sick. 3 damage on the Slimer, and now we have enough targets on the field for the Monk to get a huge impact here when they go... Well, I mean, actually, I don't want to do it on the Lost. Do it on the Herbalist. Nice. Then I can roll my burn and 2 vines afterwards. Glowing Egg. Adds growth to the left side. Gets +1 in this fight after use. On a Fiend who's cantripping mana? Yes. There's also, if you have 3 or more mana at the end of the turn, +2 mana. I do like the idea of the Overflowing Chalice. It's very easy for us to reach that on turn 1, but... but this one instead. Yikes. I don't want either of these. Mana Debt, the second spell you cast each fight costs +1 mana, and 4th single use. The 4th dice you cast each turn gets single use. We'll take the random tier 1. Oh, Death Shield! All monsters upon Death Shield 1 to all allies. Oh no. Jinx and B. Jinx, no burst! We've forgotten burst for this fight! We can't burst! We don't know how! Thankfully, Vine is basically burst. Just use it 2 times. Yeah, I think we will take that poison from there. I mean, I do ultimately want the Monk to roll one of their repelling sides. And we do. So we burn first, then we repel on the Herbalist, I think it is, for the best damage. Okay. 1 takes out that chest. Then 3 and 2 more takes out that chest. And then I heal the Lost out of lethal range, hold on to my mana for the next round. I think I have enough damage between my characters right now. Let's have a look. Remove some armor from some targets. If I Vine the 2 of you, I can then burn. So the Lost can do 4 damage to that zombie because they blow half HP. And then the Fiend and the Soldier can kill the Remainer. Fidget Spinner. Replace the middle side with target hero can use their dice again. Duplicate. Unfortunately, duplicate. Copy this onto all allied sides this turn. Then there's also the random reward of the Spanner. Revert all changes to the top side. I don't think either of those are going to be particularly helpful to us, unfortunately. If only we had an urn. Spellblade. You could have Cantrip on your copycat side. That doesn't really matter, no. You could have... growth on your 1 mana is also not particularly good. Getting some AoE access in the back line as well as some ranged access via the Ranger looks like our best choice here. Yeah, can't think of a single thing there that helps us more. So glad that I hit my cantrip side there. My main concern is, can I kill all 3 of these graves at once? Let's experiment. So, 1 damage to all the graves, 1 more damage to all the graves, burn. All the okay, all the graves do go down at the same time with that kind of action. Great. Which to me, honestly, that says the Fiend totally does benefit enough from locking that side to not want to go through the cantrip routine. On damage, there you go. Good work, soldier. Because now, I can set everyone to 1 HP at the exact same time. Fine. Burn. Wooden Bracelet in second chance. Wooden Bracelet, +1 to all sides with no keywords. I mean, hey, the soldier can get that. Even the growth side can have it if I put the growth side on after. Herbalist, I mean, you get higher mana sides. That's pretty cool for you too. It's also second chance. Replace the rightmost side. The target hero can use the die again. I'm gonna go for the +1 to all sides and just give that to this soldier. Especially for the ability to the soldier to deal 4 damage in a single strike. That's the ability to kill an imp immediately, the ability to kill a bones immediately, the ability to kill a spider immediately, the ability to kill a ghost without it going into ethereal form, the ability to kill a zombie with a single strike, a large contribution towards the damage needed to kill a corpse. It's really important you can do 4 damage. The ability to kill a gnoll with no armor, like with no shielding, but 1 armor, as the gnolls usually have, 1 damage reduction. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know if the small, pitiful range damage to the backline right now is exactly what we need. Monk, your repel side would be very good. Herbalist, 2 mana is definitely good enough for you. Soldier, 3 is actually your worst side. There we go. It's going to be difficult to kill or give the Wiz in the backline enough damage to prevent it from summoning this round, which I may not even want to do. Ultimately prevent it from summoning, that is. 4 damage is 1 imp. Okay. Let's defend the soldier, because they are taking the largest amount of damage here. 2 to you and bursts. 4 to you. Oh. Right, of course. Soldier may die like that. Maybe I don't need to focus on the Fanatic at all. Well, but I am focusing on them just by virtue of defending the soldier in the first place. However, I can also just wait. Kill the next round rather than this round. This also leaves 4 characters on the board for the sake of the monk to be able to use their repelling side as effectively as possible in the next round. And everyone's targeting Grey, so that'll super work for you. Okay, still looking for damage to the back line if possible. give some growth to the AoE hit. A single vine to my own soldier before I use burn. Then I guess another vine to them so that I can strike the imp. And one more vine to keep them healthy from the sandstorm at the end of the round. Alright, Wiz. You managed to get bones back on the field, but now there's no imps to defend you. And you are even closer to just falling over of your own accord. Things did get a little harder when the monk didn't have the ability to hit those regen sides for us. Taking down the bones on the top side does not stun the Wiz. Okay, hang on. So, yeah, actually that works with what I think we learned last episode, is that the bones on the top side is dying. We learned it with a bandit, a barrel, and a snake in the last episode, I believe. The bones on the top line is dying. It's doing its upon death effect, and then it's doing its bone shards effect. Both of them are upon death, but they're occurring in the order they're written here. So then I'm just gonna burn to make sure that the Wiz in the backline is actually stunned. And we can follow that straight to their death. Yeah, having to account for the extra... 1 second. Having to account for the extra armor that everyone's gonna have is a little is a little tough, but I do get to work around it very effectively with the burn here, as if I kill 2 targets at the same time, I can completely avoid it, or enough targets at the same time, as the case may be. Prophet versus Wizard. Return of the characters from last episode, I see. Wizard, unfortunately, would really not work well with our cantrip growth effect we're looking for here on the Fiend. That said, we would be able to give a cantrip growth effect to... Sorry, not cantrip growth, but a growth effect to the Prophet. Giving them the ability to heal characters very, very effectively and consistently. Bracelet, no. The ability to repeat a side... I do really like the Wizard. But are they good enough right now? The Wizard also... this is kind of fun. The Wizard could hold the door in fights like this because this is a shielding side, so we would have shield 3 single-use perma-use, and then just give that to the monk, who will then permanently hold the +2 for the rest of the fight. If we wanted to, of course. I'm honestly mostly leaning Prophet just so that I can try and keep the Fiend as they currently are with the glowing egg over the course of longer fights. I'm doing it. I'm doing it, and I will feel bad about it. Alright, Rotten... My rotten boy, my good time lad. My homeboy, my soldier. Soldier, you've your 3, but without the growth sign. Monk, you can hit 3 targets at the same time with your effects. Love to see something like that. Fiend, you've got slightly better size than that. Yeah, and you've got your cantrip side, so you do need to continue attempting to roll. Prophet, that's probably the best you do. This round especially. Ooh. Yeah, I'll lock in the cantrip just so we can use it again. And actually, Soldier, 3 damage was what I needed from you. That was my bad for continuing to roll past it. Okay, Monk, defend yourself. Then a... burn, and I'm going to soothe. Is there a better order for all this? Defense there. Oh, we don't use the burn in that instance, but we do. No, I do want to use burn and soothe and burst this round. Burn is basically first. Might as well be. And then if I... No, I can't just get the targets to meet the right in order to have, like, 3 of them die to a single hit here, I think. I think that's not possible. I'm just being a bit greedy. Yeah, roll the single soothe myself, and then... Actually, I'll even hold on to the mana for this burst. 1 regen to all of us in order to try and offset the incoming poison from the Rotten. I'll take that from the Fiend. More than good enough for us. I'd like to get more max HP from my Prophet, but I also suspect I'm not going to be in this fight long enough for that to be a thing that I do need to worry about as, like, an actual concern. Okay. Let's take down one of the bones instantly. Actually, hang on. Is there a better way to do this? Yes, there is. It's burn, bursts. Wait. Yeah, burn, burst. And then hit him with that AoE damage, so I don't have to worry about doing the excess myself. I can run another Soothe out there, and I guess I should, rather than just throwing damage directly at the enemy's face. The ability to immediately kill one of the imps on board seems good to me. Monk, you may redirect to yourself. We're not doing any damage to the Rotten right now, so we do need as much damage as we can get from the Soldier. I will settle now for 3. I would have settled for 3 from roll 1 onwards. Actually, hang on. Even before we do that, Fiend, you generate more mana. Well, actually, yeah, I'll just take the Rotten out. Wasn't even thinking about the possibility of taking the Run out. To be clear, I also don't think I needed to. The Run was probably just going to go down quite quickly there. However, Fairy Dust and Gauntlet. Gauntlet. +1 to all damage sides. That's really important to have now before we upgrade our orange or yellow class, because it gives us the ability to make the orange or yellow class significantly better by making a choice that accounts for +1 to a damage side being much more impactful than, you know, changing a 4 damage side to a 5 damage side. We want something that changes from 1 damage vulnerable to 2 damage vulnerable. That's a lot better. Fairy Dust, replace Mind Sides with 3 mana. I get asked this every single time. Apparently in 1.0, single-use sides that replace themselves with an X in the middle of the fight would then get updated to 3 mana with the Fairy Dust, but that is no longer the case as of 2.0 and onwards. So no, it's not a misplay not to take Fairy Dust and give it to the Artificer or whomever. It doesn't work like that anymore. I think that might be like part of a larger change across the board of different effects that set themselves in the inventory. So, like, you know, the alteration of those spaces occurring at, you know, inventory phase and then being locked in for the battle. And that doesn't exist, or specifically my only encounter of that not existing, is conditionals and multiplicants. So, like, ×2. Gauntlet. Gauntlet for the Ranger right now is incredible. -2 to our max mana? Handcuffs. Someone who can't really use items. I don't love that. I do prefer using my mana rather than not, so -2 max mana isn't as bad. Yeah, I can't take as many random tier 1s because I know some of those random tier 1s out there are pretty nasty because I've tried to turn them down before. 2 damage in AoE, that's the ability to take out one of the Thorns, and then some. Monk, that is a huge defense for you to provide to a... Interesting. That is a huge defense for you to provide to the Prophet, but the Prophet wouldn't need it if you got the attack this round. If you would just repel, and so you do. I'd love to have more mana to prepare for that. Alright. Well, I've got to burst the monk 2 times, otherwise they will die when they do this defense of the Prophet. Before I do that, I should quickly roll that hit. Yeah. Then that defense. We can take out the core egg with these 2 remainders, and now it's just the snake against me. Me, of course, here, standing in as the entire party. Soldier, finish him off. Take us to the next round. Barbarian and Weaver. I don't know if I'm a be Barbarian or if I'm a be Weaver. The monkeys. 3 damage flanking is good. It's very good. You generate a lot of your health with that. We just lose the cantrip of it all. We do have Barbarian here, who is very powerful, does a lot of damage. That is one of the things I've been asking for. I do dislike losing the AoE attack from the Fiend as well. It's 3 damage flanking. It's difficult to generate much mana from the charge side because wait, do I have the... Yeah, 2 negative max mana, unfortunately. So I can seldom carry much mana into the start of a turn. So I'm really looking for the Prophet to generate a ridiculous amount of mana with what? Heal 2? Like, this is at the moment, this represents a maximum of 3 mana in any individual turn. It's actually a lot less than the Fiend is representing in a long fight. I'm taking the Barbarian. Yep, I got convinced. Also, the Barbarian has these Bloodlust attacks. The Bloodlust attacks obviously pretty ridiculous with the burn that we have access to. So +1 to all sides that have no keywords. Do any of these sides have no keywords right now? Death, Pain, Bloodlust. Range cleave, ranged cleave, engage, cleanse, self-shield, repel, mana gain, vitality, rescue, single-use self-heal, pain, cantrip, self-heal. No, none of them. There you go, you can have growth on your pain side there at the very end if you need it. Yeah, that's a little, oof. That's got just a soupçon of oof to it. It's got a little bit of, oh boy, buddy, oh god. You know? Just a bit. Barbarian. If you promise 6 damage to that ogre, we could probably take him out pretty toot sweet post-haste. But it's really the Hydra we want to take out on round 1. I think we're going to continue rolling, even on the Fiend. Prophet can do 2 damage is the thing, by generating mana and then that mana being used for the damage. Monk, if you redirect to yourself, that's... I mean that your other strike is significantly better right now. There's the mana, there's the mana. AoE and big damage. Okay, I think we get this. 1, 2, 3. There goes the Hydra. And now we just have the Ogre left on the board. I'm gonna give everyone regen next round. There we go. Sorry, Ogre. You're not really allowed to play. Yeah, no one else really has particularly dense or effective sides here for dealing with the Ogre anymore. Not that it's necessary. In fact, we get there without them. Charged Hammer. Replace the left side with 10 damage, heavy and charged, and then Chaos Wand. Replace the middle side with 1 damage, single-use cleave, engage, self-heal, weaken, and vulnerable. Charged hammer. I mean, charged hammer just giving Barbarian 1 side that's just 10 damage heavy. Yeah. I don't use charged hammer enough, and I feel like I need to. It's very good. There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't need to be charged for it to be good. Sick. Ranged attack, the ability to kill one of the snipers in the backline. Actually, I can kill all of the snipers in the backline with the AoE and then burn, so we'll roll for that instead. Although, hilariously, I can make one of the bandits flee instantly if I go for a kill. Monk, you can also hit the right side to get a bunch of people to run away like that, yeah. Ranger, do you want to contribute too? Eh, no need to. Sure. Defend the Barbarian, big damage. Actually, before I do that, there we go. Mana, 1 burn through the party, and then I defend the Barbarian, I think. That makes everyone die and run away. Herbalist and Twin. No. I mean, Twin would have Door and Charged Hammer, probably. I mean, Wooden Bracelet would give +1 to all of their sides, but I don't think that's really where we're going to go with that. Herbalist. Am I really okay with Herbalist being that boring? We're good. We're good at doing large individual sides of things. I mean, they are a character who can hold the wooden... Yeah, it's too important that someone's holding that. It may as well be them. Okay, Barbarian. You may now get the Gauntlet, giving +1 damage to all of your sides. Well done. Congratulations. Slate on the top side is going to be a wee bit of a problem for us. The Herbalist is already preparing 6 defense for a target. I should prepare for a possible longer fight here. Troll King's got 2 regen. Thankfully, the Barbarian is not being hit on turn 1, but I can't rely on that on turn 2. Push on the Monk and the Fiend, though, certainly. A gain on both Monk and Fiend. Monk, you really prefer the self-direct. Fiend, obviously, cantrip. We'll take both of those, though. Okay. Redirect from Fiend to yourself, and then we'll give you a big defense. Throw some big damage at the Troll King, and then burn and soothe. Extra healing and vitality to the Barbarian as well, just try and keep them on a reasonable level with everyone else. Slate on the top line is going to be hard to remove, but we're very much committing here to trying to kill the Troll King first. Barbarian, you are currently preparing 7 damage for the enemies. So 7 and 5 is 12. 1 short of killing the Troll King. Prophet, I would love if you rolled your... heal 3 rescue side right now. Fiend, you need a cantrip, please. Would love the cantrip. Monk, is that the best you can do this round, really? So far, it looks like I lose the Prophet this round, because I'm not going to be able to kill the Slate on the top line. Okay, huge hits across the board. So, we generate mana first, then burn, 1 damage to everyone on the field. People are taking the sandstorm damage after they regen, so they're not showing death, despite the fact that... Oh, that's... No, wait! So that doesn't count as a rescue! Oh, that's what the whole turn was based around, using the burn to set up all these targets to rescue them afterwards. Well, that's gonna make things a lot... Well, then the Prophet should just roll again, is the reality of the situation. Sure. Got mana in the end. That's fine by me. Let's keep the Barbarian alive, noting that they are going to need it. Does anyone need it more? I guess the Prophet doesn't need to do it yet. Heal up the Barbarian, 7 damage, 5 damage, there goes 1. Then... Yeah, I can't keep the Prophet alive here at all, but I can just soothe. Try and get regen on all of the other characters. Yeah, especially if the Monk is targeted after this, that's basically the end of the fight. I mean, Fiend, you do have cantrip signs. You really should be rolling for them. Herbalist, honestly, if you roll for a heal side and hit it, that's... Well, that's good. But I'll settle for some instances of damage. Alright, get out of here, Slate. Hey! We unlocked it just earlier, and here we find it. Spell Infinity. Infinity. For 10 mana, kill an enemy. It's also Fangs. Add Invigorate to the top and the bottom sides. Wow. Spell Infinity, kill an enemy does actually make me want to just keep the cantrip growth side and then try and use this to just blow up the end boss. Fangs. Invigorate. +1 for each HP you have healed this round. We can do large healings like that. And I guess the Prophet can, in fact, give it to other characters very effectively. But no other side's really bad. You know what? Boom, let's do it. XYZ, +2 max HP for each X, Y, and or Z in their name. You may have that. There's the Execute. Yeah, even with the Prophet and the Fiend both generating mana on this turn, I don't have the ability to. However, if the Herbalist hits their mana on this turn, I can just execute the Spiker. No harm, no foul. Fiend generating mana from cantrip actually seems kind of essential for that to occur. 2, 3. Well, yeah, unless I'm rolling for just one possible side there. Barbarian. Bloodlust Strike is actually really good on you, as long as we generate enough resources to do them effectively. You know what? I think I should just play safe here, and all of these sides are fine. They're all totally good enough. Herbalist, if you do roll mana, though, we'll spend it. I'll take the 5 damage instead. Okay. Prophet heal ourself. 1 burn through the enemies. Sets up for a big ol' Bloodloosed. Monk, you may just defend yourself this round. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. 6 damage to that demon. I can actually just kill it if I want to, using the burst. And in fact, I think we should. Use a Soothe to get some regen on characters afterwards, not have to deal with the demon or the imp they were intending to summon. There's a core here with 8 HP. They'll run to the back line eventually. Herbalist, that's a gigantic defense that you can throw on the Monk. Prophet, that's pretty good for them too, actually. Ooh. No, the child side is heavy, so it has to hit the spiker, which is okay, but it could be better. Obviously, if we could take out the core. Big hit. Just the spiker in the core remains. Still the spike with only 2 HP. Shouldn't be too difficult at all to get past them. Bit more difficult to keep the Barbarian alive while they do 9 damage in a single instance right now, though. Prefer to avoid having to do that. And that'll certainly help. Alright. Goodbye, Core. Hello to the Mimic or Artificer. I don't know if... So, like, Barbarian and Herbalist, they give bad things to this copycat. Prophet, you don't give anything great to it either. You can give it mana gain or rescue, rarely. Simply use self-heal pain. Sometimes it gets cantrip self-heal growth from the Fiend, but the Fiend doesn't often roll that, unfortunately. Out of all of these, I do want the Mimic the most, but it's whether or not I even want the Mimic. Do I just want the Monk and the Fiend more than I want the upgrades here? I think I might. Fiend has so much more potential in a longer-term fight, and we can get to those longer-term fights because of the Prophet, and partly because of the Monk as well. So I don't know if either of these fit in. Yeah, I'm skipping both upgrades there. Feels very strange to do, admittedly. Bunch of wisps, bunch of cores, another wisp at the bottom. 7 damage in a single instance. Short of being able to kill a target, unfortunately. 7. Wow, we could generate enough mana to instantly kill someone this round if we needed to. Hopefully we don't, though. Barbarian, yeah, basically every other side is better for you right now, unfortunately. Monk, your best side is definitely the defense this round. Let's try it again. Barbarian, you've still got better sides than that. Come on, yeah. Sorry, the defense this round, by the way, I realized that was ambiguous afterwards. It was the repel. That's what I was looking for the ability to damage 2 of the wisps past their HP count. 1 burn across the enemy party. Unfortunately, means the Barbarian now can't target any of the cores in the back line. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then Barbarian, you attack one of the ones in the back line, and we roll a burn, taking a bunch of targets off the field. Yay. Then I'm gonna... Actually, I should probably keep the Fiend alive more than the Prophet right now. And we've just got the cores to deal with here. We should be able to. We've still got our damage dense characters on the board. It's just we've lost a lot of upkeep. Let's see how far we can get with what we currently have, just in case it's relevant. Because that core, that one, yeah, we're not really good at taking down multiple targets right now. Actually, hang on, we do that first. Then, yeah, not even enough damage to be able to take out 2 targets. That's really unfortunate. Almost feels like the Barbarian needs a more damaging side. Monk, redirecting to yourself would be a blessing this round. Try and save another one of the targets on field. Alright, so all we end up with is one more mana than we otherwise would have had for it. This is a little bit of a worst case scenario for us. Monk defend the Barbarian, because that's the one we want to keep around. Well, but the Barbarian is not the person I want to repel the attack against right now. So... let's keep the Fiend alive. Herbalist Barbarian versus 2 cores. Not closer than I want this to be. Thank you, Barbarian, for consistently rolling one of the best sides for us to use. The Herbalist... sorry, the core on the top side is the one actually killing us right now, unfortunately. Do need more damage from our Herbalist. There we go. 2 and 4... well, actually, if we do that in the opposite order... wait, we have to use the Bloodlust Strike first. There we go. 2 and 4. Whew! 39. Whirlwind and Blue Skink is back. Good to see you, buddy. Whirlwind, I mean, the Herbalist just throwing out huge hits for all of their attacks is pretty cool. It's also the Blue Skink. Place with the below's base sides, retaining your sides, values and keywords. So the Fiend here would get 1 cantrip. It wouldn't get self-heal because the self-heal is given to it by Tiara. Yeah, probably wouldn't. Growth on a mana side. It would inherit cantrip. The 5 damage side would inherit Pain. I think I want the Whirlwind more than the Blue Skink. What about... you inherit the side below, right? The below's base sides. Retaining your side's values and keywords. So we would get self-shield 3. Wait, you're keeping your values on... okay, so the Prophet would not be giving their large vitality to these repel sides, unfortunately. The repel sides would stay small. I'm certain the Blue Skink is pretty cool here for someone, but I also did take it last episode, and the Whirlwind is also just good. It is just good. It is good. We'll put it on the Herbalist. Herbalist do damage. Get him, Herbalist. Speaking of getting him, Herbalist, I'd like to actually do some damage. Thank you. Barbarian, your largest amount of damage possible? May as well let you have that. Another instance of damage from the Herbalist. Good to see that too. Yeah, we will be preventing the incoming effect from this Hydra by killing it. In fact, let's attack the other Hydra first. AoE, and then how many more times do you need to be hit this round? 1, 2. 2 is enough? Great. That's enough to kill the other Hydra as well, baby. Damn it. Sorcerer. Sorcerer is probably one of the best characters to possibly have the Blue Skink on because it just gives cantrip to all of the sides that you have. So we would just give, you know, cantrip 4 mana, all these with cantrips, it'd be so good. Oh well. Although I gotta say, the Sorcerer is obviously very favored here with the way that I intend to actually utilize my Fiend, so I will actually be taking them. The Keeper here offering itself versus the Monk that I already have, but unfortunately the Sorcerer is definitely what I call home. Alright. So I'm very much looking for the mana to cast Spell Infinity in order to just kill Hexia on turn 1. Can I please have it, game? While, of course, all of that is occurring, I should make sure that I generate enough resources to do fine, even if I don't get that. None of these are our best side, especially on the characters that can still cantrip. I mean, Herbalist, please just don't hit Hexia again immediately, exclusively. Honestly, I'm just trusting you not to do that. Just short of the mana I need right now. Come on, Sorcerer. Wow. That's so harsh. Ridiculous. So it's the Herbalist and the Barbarian that are both being heavy targeted here as well, with the And I'm only able to retain 1 mana per turn, so it's not going to get much better than this. I'm going to need to try and keep the Sorcerer pretty healthy right now, so kill that, and then 1 and 2. Keeps our Herbalist on the top line alive. If I do anything else, we will start losing characters. Maybe I have to lose the Herbalist right now. Because right now, poison, can't even do it a 3rd time. What about, like, poison, defend? Oh, of course, the defense doesn't actually help us there. I mean, if the Herbalist is dying anyway. And if the Sorcerer is dying anyway, then the correct targeting is Miasma, heal, Miasma, Miasma. I can't lose 2 characters that round. What are you talking about, Raps? I can set up a regen if I wanted to, though. Keeping the Sorcerer around just a wee bit longer. Man, this turned out awfully. Literally 1 more mana at any point would have just been, like, any of these. Instead, the Sorcerer just kept hitting these. One mana is going to make the difference between life and death in this run, and it's going to make me extremely sad. If it, you know, happens to go the direction I'm currently expecting based on the targets the end. Because Hexia, I can't damage you next round. If you have inflict pain on me, I can't hit you directly because you know, pain mirror that. I can't do anything because you'll do it to that as well. What if we slow rolled it, right? We did 1 and then 1 regen for the party. We still lose the Herbalist, but we were going to lose him the next round anyway. The Barbarian loses the defend. Barbarian, that's your only non-pain side. And I see what you've tried to do there is actually use it as a pain side. I'd prefer if you didn't. There's some mana for us. If I was able to use the rescue to constantly keep the sorcerer alive while casting, that would be nice, but I don't think I can do that. I just don't see where the first setup comes from, unfortunately. Well, the first setup can come from the sorcerer managing to heal themselves via one of their rolls here. Get a free reroll there, at least. And some more health for us. The Barbarian on the top side is currently threatening to die. Basically, no matter what occurs. If I can set up enough regen value on my side, I might still be able to pull myself through here. Regen gives the sorcerer now 2 regen, bottom side, everyone's comfortable with that. I can heal up the Barbarian, I can even take damage directly away from what they would otherwise be taking this round. Everyone's targeting the monk. Which means if I heal the sorcerer, I can get another poison out against the enemy party. Okay. Hexia is attempting to summon here. Barbarian has the ability to kill a target immediately. That's the bones on the top line and one of the imps down. Prophet, you hitting your rescuing side would be extremely helpful for us. Thank you. Wait. It doesn't even manage to take down one of the imps, unfortunately. Bones on the top line just takes the hit and moves onwards. Forgot about that. Gives its shield first. Boy. Redirect the damage away from the Barbarian, then the Monk can get rescued as well. We're definitely, like, finally we have value on our side. That's not going to last very long if Hexia keeps summoning demons, though. They summoned a demon last round. They intend to summon a demon this round. Barbarian's currently attempting to do 12 damage to the largest target on the field, which will be Hexia still. It's a lot of damage. Unfortunately, it also probably kills the Barbarian to do. So we're looking for the ability to defend the Barbarian before they try to do that. Can we even do that? Not really. Barbarian is probably going to be needed to roll a high damage number and just attack the demon this round. Monk. That is your only side. Why roll away from it? Hey, Sorcerer. You know, the only cantrip side you've not managed to roll, sorry, it's not like I've been taking, like, notes or, like, intensely focusing on it all. The only one, even, just that one, please. You know the one that grows? The one, oh, if you'd be so kind. I mean, come on. Oh, you don't go out of your way, but please. Please. Good damage, Barbarian, that's enough. Hey, okay, some mana right there. Turns out that does exist. That demon has 8 health. I can murder them. But I lose my sorcerer for doing so. So we'll... yeah, just set up the... Can't set up poison 2 times. I have the ability to heal you in between. Yeah, I can heal you in between those. Okay, cool. So, it's set up poison, then heal the sorcerer so that I can either set up poison again or set up regen. Poison again so that I can actually get the demon past their on-fire hit and obviously just give more poison to Hexia. Seems good to me. Demon on the top line is attempting to summon. Thank you, Prophet, for the ability to save the Barbarian. And then the Barbarian can deal 5 damage to kill a demon, and then they can get saved again. Actually, we might generate enough mana to just kill a single target this round. Oh no, do I re-roll that for the possibility of hitting the side I need? I think not. Rescue the Barbarian. Barbarian do murder. Right? You can do murder on a different target and I can't rescue them. But I can rescue the monk afterwards. Okay, interesting. Monk, redirect that from the sorcerer if you can. Unfortunately, that means I won't be able to rescue the sorcerer at all this round either. Dang. Don't have the ability for anyone else to push another reroll, so this is just what we have. For good or ill. So yeah, taking that demon off the field doesn't actually, like, significantly change the on-board. Monk, you definitely need to take that hit away from the sorcerer, who is otherwise going to have Trubel. Yeah, unfortunately, Barbarian takes both pain damage as well as the reflect damage to Hexia when they attack them. Okay. If I do that, then 1 burst on Monk. Wait, hang on. Why are you not taking any damage here on the bottom line when I do that? 1 burst on the Barbarian. Oh, that's all. All that damage is being redirected to the Monk, no matter what. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, I wonder if that means I just want the Monk to die this round. Yeah, and I don't really want the Barbarian to take the damage from the bottom line. God! I need to get more poison out on the field. That's the big thing, is more poison. 1... 2... 3 takes out the demon. Barbarian targets top line and then... yeah. Then gets healed. We leave with literally just the sorcerer and the Barbarian now. And the demon is summoning an imp? Well, but Hexia has enough poison to possibly actually die. Yep, that's how it needs to go. I need the damage to be dealt to Hexia there. Alright, Sorcerer and Barbarian, we just got the regen and everything set up on y'all. Obviously, Hexia needs to go down this round. Holy crumbs, we rolled our 2 best possible sides. Bolster and kill. And poison and wait. Barbarian and Sorcerer both managed through that turn. Demon does summon another imp, unfortunately. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, Barbarian, you can continue to roll. There's a lot of sides there that won't be as bad for you, possibly even overall, theoretically. No, I'm just going to lock that in for you. Barbarian, take out the demon. And then I'll burst to remove the imp from the fields. Now it's just a single imp versus my Sorcerer. See? Oh, what a simple battle this all was. No problems with Sorcerer, please. No problems whatsoever. Not us. Seriously, the Sorcerer actually does have poison on them. This does need to happen soon. Thank you. And you may be poisoned to death, imp. Only to show that I totally had control this whole time, baby. Yikes. Boss Smash versus Iron Blood Pendant, +3 to incoming shields and healing. I do really like the idea of that, but also +1 to all sides in boss fights. That can be exceptionally impactful. We're gonna have to decide which, of course, we're gonna be going with in the next episode. Until then, my name is Rhapsody, the name of the game has been Slice and Dice. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourself. Series playlist up at the top left, YouTube recommendation down below, stream pass, and the names of people so generally supporting Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays at or above the thanks in. A special thanks this episode to Jazzy. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.